A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens is a story of transformation and redemption. It follows Ebenezer Scrooge, who's a rich but miserly old man who gets visited by 4 ghosts. The first ghost is his old business partner, Jacob Marley, who warns him of the dire consequences if he doesn't change his ways of being horrible to people. Then, the ghost of Christmas past shows him the innocence and joy he once had when he was a child. We found out that Scrooge wasn't always a miserly old man, but in fact, he was a very loving and kind person when he was younger. Scrooge is then visited by the ghost of Christmas present, who shows him how other families, like his nephew and friends, are all celebrating Christmas in the present moment and how they all revel in its joy. Scrooge is then finally visited by the ghost of Christmas yet to come, who terrifies him with the lonely future that awaits. This ghost shows Scrooge his death, which is certain unless he changes his ways. Through these visions, Scrooge is forced to confront his actions and make a radical change of character. I'm going to delve into this story with you, while you get to enjoy me carrying my team on Rainbow Six Siege. Scrooge's transformation from a selfish, miserable old man to a generous person is central to the story. At the start, Scrooge is described as hard and sharp as flint, from which no steel had ever struck out generous fire. This quote uses a simile comparing Scrooge to flint. Now, flint is a hard stone that can create sparks, but here it's noted that no steel had ever struck out generous fire from him. This means that Scrooge is not only tough and unfeeling, but also that no warmth or kindness has ever come from him. The words hard and sharp emphasize his harsh and unapproachable nature. Dickens uses this imagery to show how closed off Scrooge is from others and how he lacks generosity and warmth. But after his encounter with the spirits, Scrooge says, "I am as light as a feather, I am as happy as an angel, I'm as merry as a schoolboy, I'm as giddy as a drunken man." Here, Scrooge uses a series of similes to express his overwhelming joy. Light as a feather suggests he feels free from the burdens of his past. Happy as an angel implies purity and goodness. Merry as a schoolboy conveys childlike excitement, and giddy as a drunken man shows he's dizzy with happiness. The repetition of "I am as" creates a rhythm that mirrors his exhilaration. These similes contrast sharply with the earlier descriptions of him being hard and sharp as flint, highlighting how much he has changed. Dickens uses these language techniques to show Scrooge's complete transformation from a cold, harsh man to one full of joy and warmth. There are also many other instances where we can see Scrooge's transformation. One of the first big changes that Scrooge makes is how he treats his employee, Bob Cratchit. At the start of the story, Scrooge pays Bob poorly and forces him to work long hours, even on Christmas Eve, with barely enough coal to keep warm. But after his encounters with the ghosts, Scrooge surprises Bob by raising his salary and promising to help his struggling family. He even becomes a sort of second father to Tiny Tim, who's Bob's sick son, and ensuring that Tim gets the care that he needs. This shows how Scrooge learns to value people over money and take responsibility for those less fortunate than himself. Another way that Scrooge changes is how he approaches his nephew, Fred. Earlier in the story, Fred invites Scrooge to Christmas dinner, but Scrooge rudely refuses, and he says that Christmas is a waste of time and money. Scrooge isolates himself from Fred and mocks his cheerful attitude. By the end of the story though, Scrooge completely changes his tune. He shows up at Fred's house on Christmas Day and humbly asks if he can join the celebrations. Fred warmly welcomes him, and Scrooge finally experiences the joy of family connection. These actions show how far Scrooge has come from his old self, where he was at the start. His transformation isn't just about feeling better, it's about making a real positive impact on the lives of others. Thank you guys so much for watching the video till the end. I think that's enough on the theme of redemption for now. Please let me know what book you would like to be introduced to next, and what themes specifically you want me to talk about. Also, just to let you know, I'm going to start an exclusive Discord server accessible to gamers who would be interested in more GCSE English revision content. If you're interested, keep your eyes peeled for future posts on how to join, because I'm currently just working on building the server. I do apologize for the lack of posts recently. Work has been really busy in my personal life as well. That being said, I wish you all have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time.